I'm here with my friend Ed Bullion, and other than a small height difference, Ed and I are pretty much the same guy. We love our family, we love our cars, and most importantly, we love keeping our things nice. Which is why, a few years ago, Ed actually asked me to install a protective film on his Lamborghini Murciélago painted in a custom Verde Draco paint. Now recently, he ran into a small mishap. I'll let Ed take the story from here.
Yeah, it's been, I guess, almost 6 years since you guys flew out to Scottsdale after I'd had this car painted for 10 months. When I bought the car, it was in very, very rough shape. It was a black over black car. Unfortunately, the interior didn't have any contrast stitching or anything that would color commit us, so I could paint it any color I wanted, and Lamborghini didn't import any Verde Draco cars into the US for the Murciélago run. And so I loved the color, I thought it would be perfect. It took forever, and I knew I wanted to road trip the car home, so I appreciate you going out there so long ago and making it safe for a road trip. Now, it's proven very, very resilient in many, many things since then, because I put about 20,000 miles on the car since you clear brought it, and I've got rock chips and things, and I've had to touch up some scrapes on the front bumper and some stuff like that. But the most meaningful that I believe you have saved me from a massive amount of repainting is my back corner. I was trying to 10-point turnaround in my driveway to pull the car backwards into the garage the other day, and I ran into my son's basketball goal. I got out, and it has severely compromised your clear bra here, but honestly, I think we may be okay.
Yeah, so I think it's the moment of truth. Let's pull the film and see how the paint is doing. This paint had plenty of time to cure before we put our film on it.
Yeah, out in the Arizona sun.
So right there, I don't see any damage other than a small hairline.
Yeah.
Maybe the new film will hide that, since we didn't even see it before the film was removed from that area. Yeah, wow. And where we thought there were hairline cracks here, there are none. It was in the film. So yeah, I mean, really, this is looking pretty good.
Man, look at that. You saved me. This would have cracked because of the impact, but it deflected enough and it just tore that away. There are some little hairline cracks that the new clear bra will hide, but overall, you'll never know what happened.
Well, Ed, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to wrap this car with you in protective film, and I'm sure you're pretty pleased that you made that decision.
Thank you so much for saving me from an awful lot of expensive paint work and probably some broken body panels. I knew when I saw it that I could breathe a little bit and say, all right, it's not as bad as it could have been, but I still expected there to be some signs that I had crashed the car, and as it turns out, there's nothing. So it did its job. It's not just witchcraft or snake oil or anything like that. There's some real science involved.
I just wanted to point out that this section of Ed's car that got damaged, you don't have to get the full coverage Mac Daddy PPF package to protect you against this sort of incident. In fact, that area is covered by our mid-tier full front rockers and lower sides package. So if you're in the market for PPF, come in and talk to us. You know, we're not just going to try to sell you the top package. We're going to ask you several questions like, how long do you plan on keeping the car? What do you plan on doing with the car? Have you had PPF on a car before? And once we gain, that information, we'll be able to tailor a package perfectly to your budget and to your needs. And a bonus is that PPF is typically covered by insurance. So if you do get into a major accident that, maybe you'd gone all the way through the goalpost, the repair is covered and your PPF replacement will be covered too.